I am a 30-year-old woman, and this week alone, my mother-in-law, my boss, and my cleaning lady have told me that I need to have a baby in the next 5 years. See, I didn't realize we were still telling women what to do with their bodies.
Women are really upset by the fact that men in their late 30s and 40s want to be dating younger women. Well, it's interesting because this is a man's peak sexual market value. And now he has the chance to be able to attract the women that he always wanted. And when there were women in their peak sexual market value in their 20s, they had no problem dating whoever they wanted when they wanted. So when is it the guy's chance?
Would you rather the ignorant bliss of Eden, or would you like your eyes to be open fully to the truth of good and evil, though this knowledge would break your heart? For this is the quandary the modern woman now faces. Like a deranged quantum physicist, the modern woman has attempted to break the rules of space and time in her quest for random sex and never-ending brunches. Armed with only a set of Amazon umbrellas, a Dominican BBL, and a glorious war chest of different makeups, she will feebly attempt to disrupt the cellular biology of aging. However, with every menstrual cycle, that monthly pain visits her as a reminder of her own mortality.
When you're young, that sounds so old. When you're in high school, or even when you're in your early 20s, it still sounds like, you know, by the time I'm 30, I should just give up. Like, what's the point of going on at that age?
Every year, as the evident truth becomes painfully clear, her godly independent girl confidence will slowly transition into an abyss of misery.
I don't need no man.
Yes, I see you chuckling at this twist of fate, but I ask you this: who do you think these toxic bullets of resentment will be aimed at? You.
Okay, but how do men date women so much younger than them? Like, how do you guys keep doing that without feeling super creepy? Because I feel creepy just relating to Olivia Rodrigo's music.
With this unholy resentment, she will concoct a complicated campaign of gaslighting, shaming, and victimhood that will attempt to disrupt any smile from gracing your face. For every 24-year-old Bambi that touches the cockpit of your Bavarian-engineered chariot, she will be there in the back seat to greet you with her wrinkled grimace. When you collapse from the wet sugar walls of a 25-year-old Starbucks barista girl, you will smell the red wine of the bitter auntie there to chastise your poor, exhausted third leg. These random skirmishes will lead us into the most violent conflict ever known by modern man, aka the Menopausian Wars. Let me turn down the hyperbole since now I have your attention. To be honest, the bitter auntie is not a true adversary of the initiated Blue Book mercenary. She's only a deranged heckler, a fly in our lobster bisque. Let us now discuss her annoying tactics so we can deep stroke foreign and domestic young legal tenderloin in peace. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our beloved comrades that hit the super chat button in support of free tenderloin distribution. Your sacrifice is truly appreciated. Now, before we go any further into this rabbit hole, Lord Destro requires you to push that like button and smash that bell in the name of Cobra, and leave a comment below to appease the nosy algo, because as we all know, Big Brother is always watching. Now let the Jubakari commence.
Our future rests with Destro now.
Alright, part 2 of the reason why you should not be dating older men in your early 20s and certainly not in your teens and probably even your mid-20s. I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you, but men who are in their 30s, 40s, who date younger girls, like significantly younger girls, are losers. You are not getting the creme de la creme, my friend.
Deep in the gulag camps of YouTube, enslaved for free tenderloin distribution propaganda, Your Grace, Lord Destro decoded the bitter auntie's manifesto. It became clear that we were in the midst of a PSYOP campaign. What is a PSYOP campaign, you ask? Well, it's a military operation usually aimed at influencing the opposition's state of mind through non-combative means. Who is the real enemy of the old bitter auntie? Think about it for a second. No, it's not you or even the passport bros. For we are the bullion, aka the prize. Although they hate to admit it, It is actually the young 18 to 27-year-old dandelion, which is who the bitter auntie detests the most. It's like what one of the most famous bitter aunties, Linda Tripp, did to Monica Lewinsky. Linda Tripp used the young Lewinsky as a pawn in her diabolical plan. You see, the bitter sisterhood doesn't care about the futures of the young women they are programming. They only care about raising their old auntie value and possibly delaying their inevitable conclusion with the non-forgiving war.
Single women are recruiting other women to stay single and be miserable together. A 30-plus woman will unashamedly influence a 23-year-old woman to hate men so that she will also be a miserable 30-plus woman. A rise of miserable, fake rich aunties.
Yes, the bitter auntie will poison the water wells and burn the crops, so younger impressionable women will also be just as miserable as she is. For example,
I don't care if he has the nicest house and he's like the best job and he's so important and powerful. If this guy, who's so far ahead in his career, so successful, so much older, dates younger women, and especially routinely dates younger women, I guarantee you he is insecure, lacks boundaries, maybe routinely cheats, I don't know, has some sort of problem that means that women his age will not date him. He cannot keep a woman that is his age.
Translation. Me and you are competing for the same man, so allow me to misdirect you in the wrong direction so my chances of snagging an eligible bachelor will greatly improve. Yes, I may have wasted my time enjoying white candy in club bathrooms and hooking up with random dudes, and I would like you to make the same mistakes so we can cry about the lack of good men together. I know it sounds stupid that rich older men with status are actually looking for women that are the same age as they are, but hey, I got you to believe that men don't care about body counts.
Only in social media land do people actually ask you about body counts. Because never in my life, in real life, nobody ever asked me what my body count is.
And your OnlyFans page, so this should be a cakewalk. I want you to also ignore your pure attraction to these men of distinction, the same way we are programming these men to ignore their attraction to you. So they will have no choice but to pick older, used, and abused aunties like myself. I will accuse these men of being cheaters, insecure, or have some type of problem because they have a preference for younger women.
I think men like natural women because it reminds them of kids. No shade.
Yep, male narcissists love dating young girls.
Yet I will also play victim and cry misogyny if men point out my preference for men that are 6 foot plus and rich.
5'7" and handsome, or 6'2" and unattractive?
Like, how unattractive are we talking?
5'7", he's like a 9 out of 10.
Right.
6'2", he's like a 5 or a 6.
6'2".
Going 6'2".
Some sort of problem that means that women his age will not date him. He cannot keep a woman that is his age.
Blah, 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 blah.
Ladies, if you are in your 20s and a man in his late 30s, any age in the 40s, is sexually approaching you, run. There is a reason they cannot get women their ages. Run. They are trying to take advantage of you. They are trying to manipulate you. Run. No. 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 It is for your own good. Run like hell.
Look at poor Meowth. Reduced to the property of Andre the Giant's daughter. Stuck in her cold, lonely bed, and with an audience of only Squirtle and Woke Panda, she will transform into the resentful heckler. Invisible in a dark, crowded room of smoke, she will attempt to derail the main act or the common train of life at any cost. Her only weapons are anarchy, chaos, and disruption. This is why, my comrades, you should not feel anger for these types of heckler women. You should only feel pity. Baptized in the sweet pum-pum juice of Brazilian Annabella and sanctified by the holy embrace of Russian Anastasia, how dare you hold a grudge against a bitter, deteriorating auntie? My comrades, acknowledge their tactics, prepare yourself accordingly, but let them wither away in peace, and most importantly, never engage. This point is most important, because when the bitter auntie is against the wall, she will use her nuclear football, aka the Epsteinian option. Now if you think the Cobra militia is is ready to discuss the Bitter Sisterhood's nuclear football, aka the Jeffrey Epsteinian option, then hit the like button and drop a in the comment section. But wait a minute, you didn't smash the bell and press the like button. Blasphemy. And although you will never be worthy of a monarch such as myself, the Lord Destro would suggest that you poor fools at least give oligarchy a try. So here, Lord Destro has spoken.